This time on the Up and Down, story time.
Now, I told you that story to tell you this story.
Hi, I'm Travis and I play golf. Sometimes poorly, but other times pretty well. I practice, play, and analyze in order to get better. This is my golf diary. This is the Up and Down. I've been making these videos about my golf game with a figurative elephant in the room. I've talked about trying to get better and the steps I've taken to get there, but I haven't given you a why. Well, here's why. I have to beat my brother at golf. Around the time both of us gained full-time employment, my older brother proposed that we get together annually to play golf, somewhat competitively. I agreed, and I bought a trophy for the occasion. We set some ground rules. It would be a single round of stroke play on a course that neither of us had an experience advantage on. Ideally, it would take place in mid to late summer, but his schedule as a teacher and coach would usually keep it from being any later than that. The first year, I lost by 6 or 7 strokes, having prepped for less than a week ahead of time. I didn't do the work, and my swing was still wild and free, and I took a brand new driver to the course. In my recollection, it was the first time I had ever lost to him at golf, as we both started pretty late, and he had college baseball to work around while I played golf for fun in college. Since graduating, he had gotten a summer gig at a local course as a groundskeeper and got free golf out of that, and so he got plenty of practice. I had graduated with my engineering degree into a demanding management training position and golfed like once a week at the most. The first time we did a Brodown matchup, he rode in the cart with his wife and I took the cart with our mother. Our mom will probably never go with us again after she talked in my backswing once during the first Brodown. My mental game was weak to say the least, and my physical game couldn't overcome it. In my own mind, I had lost by the turn and didn't recover. I handed over a trophy that I had intended to keep and ate some humble pie. The next 2 years, we played a newer course closer to our hometown. I was still working a lot more than I wanted to and golfing a lot less than any golfer would want to. I put in a week of real pre-work to try to tune up my game and proceeded to lose by a handful of strokes on a hot afternoon in 2012. In 2013, we agreed that there was no winner, but he would retain the trophy. On a cool September morning, we both broke into triple digits, and I was worse by 2 or 3 strokes. This completed my brother's three-peat, winning the first 3 matches that we played with anything on the line. In April of 2014, I moved to Wisconsin, got a job that starts and ends earlier in the day, got a membership to the local municipal course, and conceived of this YouTube channel. I started working on my game, got exactly 2 lessons, and proceeded to discard most of that in favor of just playing the game. New clubs in 2013 hadn't helped enough, but consistent play in 2014 had the desired effect. We met at a halfway point in Iowa that October, and I won by shooting better than bogey ball despite a solid attempt to choke down the stretch, losing 3 balls in the last 3 holes. I won the trophy back after 3 years of upsetting losses. Last year, there was only one real chance to play the Brodown, and it was a marathon of a weekend. Labor Day weekend 2015, I traveled the 8 hours back home for one cousin's early afternoon wedding, and then over to Kansas City for another cousin's wedding Saturday evening. I stayed in a hotel close to my brother's house that night, and the next day we made the trip together to a course nearby that my brother had never played. It was a very hot day, and by the turn I was convinced that my bright green pants had to go. I shot 17 strokes better than my brother that day, mostly thanks to limiting the damage of lost balls and driving it fairly straight and long on a course that didn't offer too much trouble. And that brings us up to speed. It is 2016 and the annual Brodown is coming August 6th. I'm going for a three-peat and a series tie, and have been playing some pretty mediocre golf far too sporadically. I'm sure Zach would say golf has taken a back seat since his first child was born, and this year he has been distracted by planning a vacation, planning a move, and changes to his work life, not to mention getting farther away from his preferred home course. Despite all of this, the Brodown is coming whether conditions are ideal or not. The course we chose for the matchup this year is Eagle Knoll in Hartsburg, Missouri. It's just under an hour from our hometown, and neither of us has played it. The course rating is 72 with a slope of 141 from the 6,700-yard blue tees. It features some reachable par 5s, medium-length par 3s, and long par 4s. The course touts the best greens in mid-Missouri and an Ozark-style design. There are trees, hills, and some long grass to contend with, and the water is in play on at least 3 holes. Looking at these factors, we can see how evenly matched we are. The Brodown history favors Zach 3-2. Practice before the match is closer this year than in years past, but I'll give myself a slight advantage there. My brother has been longer off the tee than I am, so a longer course should favor him slightly. There are some tight holes with opportunities for lost balls, and while I don't hit many fairways, I also have smaller misses, so this probably favors me. The course features Zoysia greens, which favors neither of us, as neither of us ever played on Zoysia. Tee time is 9 a.m., and early morning tee times have favored Zach at a 3-to-1 rate. The course has a driving range, which historically has favored Zach 3-to-1. According to the most recent round of text messages, Zach doesn't trust his driver, so hitting driver off the tee is a risk-reward for both of us. Finally, after looking over the scorecard, Zach hopes to finish in the 80s, while I think 90 might be a good enough score for this tough course. These factors all seem to indicate a close match, but with every previous Brodown, individual performance on the day of the event will matter most. I hope to be able to get decent video of the whole round. I don't know when I'll be able to edit and post the video, but it will certainly be in a longer format than most of the previous videos. Next time on the Up and Down, the reason this channel exists. Brodown 2016. Get hype.